India's government role in insurgency crackdown in Manipur, a year of intense military operations following president's rule. Introduction. Manipur, a strategically important state in India's northeastern region, has long faced insurgent activities that have contributed to political instability and violence. The insurgency, led by various militant groups with demands for greater autonomy or independence, has deep historical and ethnic roots. In 2024, after a significant rise in violence between the Meitei and Kuki communities, the central government imposed president's rule in Manipur. This move allowed the Indian government to take direct control of the state, leading to a surge in military operations designed to curb insurgent activities and restore peace. The violent situation in Manipur, particularly in the surrounding hills and Imphal Valley, has worsened over the past year, with several insurgent groups intensifying their efforts. The central government has increased its role in tackling insurgency through security forces, leading to a crackdown on militant outfits such as PREPAC-PRO, UNLF, and KCP-PWG. This article explores the significant military operations, the progress made, and the role of the Indian government in the insurgency crackdown in Manipur. Context of the crisis in Manipur. Manipur's insurgency is deeply intertwined with ethnic and political issues. The Meitei community, predominantly Hindu and residing in the Imphal Valley, has often been in conflict with the Naga and Kuki communities, who have different political aspirations. Several militant groups have emerged over the years, each with distinct ideologies and demands ranging from full independence to greater autonomy for the state. In early 2024, as ethnic violence surged, the Indian government imposed president's rule in Manipur. The central government's intervention provided the military and paramilitary forces more direct authority to operate in the region. This move was aimed at controlling the volatile situation, but also drew criticism for sidelining the local government. However, despite local opposition, the imposition of president's rule has allowed for more robust security measures to be implemented, including increased deployment of security forces and the use of intelligence-based operations. The insurgency crackdown post-president's rule. Following the imposition of president's rule, the Indian government began a series of security operations to dismantle insurgent networks. The military crackdown has mainly targeted insurgent groups operating within the Imphal Valley and the surrounding hills. Among the most prominent groups under the radar have been the People's Revolutionary Party of Kangleipak, PREPAC, the United National Liberation Front, UNLF, and the Kanglei Yawal Kanalup, KYKL. In these operations, the Indian Army, Assam Rifles, and other paramilitary forces have taken a lead role in eliminating insurgent strongholds, seizing weapons, and arresting key militants. The central government's strategy has focused on weakening the insurgents' ability to fund their operations, disrupt their logistics, and cut off their external support networks. Security forces' latest crackdown, arrests and seizures. One of the most recent developments in the ongoing crackdown occurred on March 24, 2025, when security forces arrested 5 militants belonging to 2 prominent valley-based insurgent outfits, PREPAC, PRO, and UNLF. These arrests underscore the government's continued commitment to dismantling insurgent operations and provide insight into the security measures being implemented across the region. According to a police statement, the following arrests were made. 1. Arrests in Bishnupur district. On March the 23rd, 2025, 3 members of PREPAC, PRO, were arrested in Bishnupur district's Kumbi Terahong area. The individuals arrested were Oinam Abung Meitei, 31, Yumlembam Romesh Singh, 47, RK Navy, Meitei, 32, The trio was found with substantial weaponry, including 1. 3 LMG light machine gun, 2. Tojo 3 LMG magazines, 20 rounds of ammunition, other equipment such as mobile phones and documents related to their militant activities. This arrest is a significant blow to the Prepack Pro outfit, as the weapons and ammunition seized could have been used to further fuel the violence in the region. Second extortionist arrest in Imphal East District. Another arrest took place in Imphal East District, where Muntaj Khan, alias Roman, 37, a key member of Prepack PRO, was apprehended at the Mantrapukri Bazaar area. Khan had been involved in extortion activities targeting shopkeepers in the area. His arrest is seen as a major step in curbing the financial support that insurgent groups receive from extortion. 3. UNLF cadre, arrested in Imphal West District. In a separate operation, Shagolshem Prabin Singh, 27, a member of the United National Liberation Front, UNLF, was arrested from Ningomvam Lamkai in Imphal West. Singh had been extorting money from transport vehicles, using the threat of violence to extract money from commercial and private vehicles passing through the region. 4th KCP, PWG, extortionists in Imphal West District. Additionally, 3 individuals believed to be members of the Kanglei Communist Party, People's War Group, or KCP, PWG, were arrested from Lamdengkunu in Imphal West. These individuals were engaged in extortion and abduction activities, using the KCP-PWG name to intimidate local business owners and extract money. These arrests demonstrate the government's sustained efforts to target not only insurgent leaders, but also individuals involved in the critical financial activities that support the insurgency. Extortion, kidnapping, and illicit business operations provide militants with the resources they need to continue their violent campaigns. Impact of the crackdowns, arrests, and confiscations. Since the imposition of President's rule, the security forces have made significant headway in disrupting insurgent activities in the region. The arrests of key members of Prepack PRO, UNLF, and KCP-PWG have weakened these groups by cutting off leadership and dismantling their networks. Moreover, the large-scale confiscation of weapons, ammunition, and explosives has reduced the capacity of these groups to carry out attacks and sabotage. In addition to arrests, security forces have intercepted several consignments of arms and explosives that were being smuggled into the region from neighboring Myanmar. These efforts have been bolstered by increased surveillance and intelligence sharing between Indian and Myanmar authorities. Despite these successes, the insurgency is far from over. The militant groups continue to operate in the state, and their underground networks remain active. The support they receive from local communities, who often see the insurgents as protectors or fighters for their rights, complicates the government's operations. Moreover, the porous border between India and Myanmar allows insurgent groups to receive supplies and reinforcements from foreign elements. Challenges and government responses. The central government's strategy in Manipur has focused heavily on military action, but there are many challenges that remain. The insurgent groups in Manipur are highly elusive, operating in remote areas and often blending in with local populations. This has made it difficult for security forces to identify and eliminate all insurgent elements. To address these challenges, the Indian government has increased its intelligence operations, establishing specialized counter-insurgency units tasked with infiltrating militant networks and gathering actionable intelligence. These units work in close coordination with the Assam Rifles and other paramilitary forces to launch targeted operations against insurgent hideouts. Furthermore, the government is increasing its efforts to address the socio-political grievances of the people of Manipur. While military operations can weaken insurgent groups, long-term peace can only be achieved through political dialogue and addressing the underlying issues driving the insurgency. economic development, particularly in the border regions, along with initiatives to promote peace between the Meitei, Kuki, and Naga communities, is critical for achieving lasting stability in the state. Looking ahead, a comprehensive approach. Although the recent military crackdowns have disrupted insurgent activities, it is clear that security alone cannot solve the problems faced by Manipur. A comprehensive approach that involves both military action and political reconciliation is necessary for the state's long-term peace and development. The Indian government must continue to build on its security successes while engaging in dialogue with the local ethnic groups to address their concerns and grievances. The role of the Indian government, central security forces, and local communities will be essential in bringing about lasting peace. As the situation continues to evolve, the security forces must remain vigilant and proactive, ensuring that insurgents do not regain their strength. Furthermore, addressing the socio-economic disparities in Manipur and promoting inclusive development will be crucial in reducing the appeal of insurgent groups and ensuring that all communities feel secure and represented. Conclusion: the year 2024 to 2025 has seen significant progress in India's efforts to combat insurgency in Manipur. The recent arrest of 5 militants from Prepak Piro and UNLF, alongside the seizure of weapons and ammunition, illustrates the central government's commitment to dismantling insurgent networks. While these operations have weakened the insurgents, a comprehensive approach that combines military action with political reconciliation and development is needed to achieve lasting peace. For continuous updates on the situation in Manipur and the government's role in insurgency crackdowns, please subscribe to the Zalingam Media YouTube channel for the latest news and in-depth coverage. Sources: Northeast Today, India, Today, The Hindu.